Welcome back to episode 4 of our medieval Rimworld modded series. Our tribals are doing well. Can't really complain too much, especially since we have our bees up and running. Very happy to start getting in some honey, which we will be focusing on today. Trying to harvest the rest of the bees off the map, because there are still some hiding around the place. That one's hiding behind an actual tree, so being very sneaky there. We will also try and focus on producing a mess hall, so we can start eating at proper tables. Now, we do have a mod that means they don't get upset for not eating at a table, but it's always better for them to eat at a table, to talk in a certain area. It allows them to socially chat a lot easier between colonists. So we'll try and build that in this little section here, so it doesn't impede most of our growing. We also need to focus on getting some production up and running when it comes to what are we doing? Making weapons. So we'll have to do that soon as well, especially since our research of heavy crossbows, I mean, it's going to take a while, but we'll get there. And then eventually going to complex clothing, but I'm not sure how long that'll take, and it might not be through this episode. But, you know, future goals. Anyways, we'll get on with it and ring in some of the beats whilst we're at it, starting into winter. That is very bad. Croyo has decided to... He's decided to sadly wander around because of his upsetness, basically. Oops, didn't mean to make that. Unfortunately, being ravenously hungry, don't know why he didn't just eat. Recreation unfilled is unfortunate. We have 3 different types, but he didn't decide to relax. Unsightly environment, darkness, sleeping in the cold, uncomfortable, disturbed sleep. As the temperature goes down outside and indoors, we might just need more than just these beds if everyone's starting to feel like they're sleeping in the cold. Oh, I think it's because Croyo's still living over here. Yeah, I think that's the main problem. He's got the short straw of the stick. Dang it. Okay, well, we've got to try and talk him out of it. So we have a really good mod that, for the most social people, which I think is Crocodile, yeah. Okay, so let's go save Croyo by trying to talk him out of his sad wander. There we go. Prioritize that. Where the heck is... Oh, Crocodile might have been sleeping. It's not a guarantee. It really helps with a higher social ability, but in the early game, it's really hard to talk somebody out of them having a catatonic state or a sad wander. But sometimes, if you get really lucky, it can really save your colonists a lot of time. Successfully calmed down. Oh, that's so good. And he gets a little bit of social learning from that as well. So Croyo will no longer be in a sad wander. Basically, he spends a little bit more time sad wandering, like maybe maximum an hour in-game as far as I remember. And then he goes back to normal life. So hopefully, he's going to go eat some food, look after himself, get some catharsis, and he'll be fine. Just before that can happen, Croyo's on the way to get some food, but help wanted. Far more crops than usual, again by another settlement. Yeah, we just don't need more food. And, I mean, they're not that far away. It's nice to see that there's a new settlement, a brand new one. Because I remember this one used to be here, so we could take a trip to go to this place. 20 days left on that ruin, so we still have plenty of time to make that decision. But yeah, there's just really no need for us to go all that way just for stuff that we already have. Yeah, we'll be fine. Unfortunately, the mod might not be working properly, or... Yeah, the Crow has not snapped out of his sad wander yet, which is really unfortunate. Hopefully he'll be okay soon, or just collapse due to being drowsy. He has eaten, though, which is really nice to see that he's not going to die from that. He might just collapse from being super tired, which will hopefully break him out of it. Whoa, that was a couple things at once. There's a major break risk, but that's Croyo. I think he just snapped out, which it didn't take too long, but longer than I expected. He's on a major break risk, but he's quickly going to be fine because of his catharsis. So normally a Sad Wonder would last multiple days, but it didn't only last about 6 or so hours. So I can't really complain about it. I was just sort of expecting it to be a bit quicker. The other thing is that animal disease flu, so Octave is not doing so well. We'll get our doctor onto it, which is 4, 5. There we are. Green's the doctor. So we will tend to Octave, which is no medicine yet. Because, surprisingly, the animals do really well against the flu. Oh, I mean, they did well against the plague last time. The flu's not as bad as the plague. But we have to make sure that we're trying to clean them. No, 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 no. Why are you feeding honey to people? Honey is not on the list of eatings. Current outfit. Handler. Oh, wow. Can we not? Okay, well, that's weird. So there's no way of actually making animals eat certain things. We just have to try and put this honey to be off limits. And we have finally found it. The food, and we've changed and made a new subclass of the food restrictions, and we've made it with no honey. So down here you can see the areas in the food, which is nice with this tooltip of the mod, to sort of put everything in one little area. I'm surprised it wasn't over here. Because it says you can have the outfits for the animals, but not the food over here. But it's nice that it's over here. So we're making sure they don't eat any honey. But they can eat honey products when we cook things with it. Which should be fine. That's not good. Some of our drones just died because of temperature reasons. Oh, they got frozen to death. That is something I did not anticipate. So what we'll do is build a couple more just to house them so they don't die over the winter. And the end game quest Ship to the Stars has arrived. There is no way we're getting that anytime soon, but yeah, we could try it eventually. Not sure the end goal for all this, but we just want to survive and do really well. Would be very interesting to finish the series with the Leaving the Planet quest. So yeah, we'll definitely consider it. It's on the other side of the world, so it's, yeah. Keep it for the future. Disease spread is not good. That means we didn't do a good enough job of cleaning the area. There are 5 animal germs there. 1 there. 1 there. Oh, goodness me, that's a lot. Croyo is not doing so well, so we'll get someone else to take care of all of this. Green is the doctor, so we'll get Green to take care of the germs. Yeah, and then we'll take care of Bonfire as well. We need some sort of quarantine eventually if this is going to keep being a consistent problem. There we go. Focus on that next. And Octave at the moment is 12% immunity, 10% flu. Bonfire has 1%, but we'll get up there pretty quickly. So yeah, we shouldn't worry too much. But we gotta make sure we gotta stop getting too many of those flu germs just sitting around. Oh, and Velo has killed a kangaroo. That's very unfortunate, but desperate times come for desperate measures. Especially when the alternative is killing horses, which is what we want to try and tame. Or killing mammoths, which would probably kill us. So, I think kangaroos are our only option at the moment here, closing up to winter. And just as Velo is throwing a party. Very nice. I don't know how many people are going to join, but it means at least everyone gets happy. We might wake up Croyo for this, just so he can enjoy the festivities and get a nice mood boost. Because if they attend a party... Where is it? It will happen eventually, and they'll get bonuses for sitting around, talking, chatting, and get some nice little boosts for about 3 days or so, which will be very nice for the entire group. And the party has finished, and everyone gets 10 days worth of +7. +6 over there. +8 for Velo because he held the party, and that's very good. Croyo got a slightly better boost. And that will hold us up for the next 10 days. Nicely done, Velo. Making everyone happy. And just as we finish the party, a royal tribute collector is coming. They will accept prisoners and gold you offer as tribute. Now, this is from the royalty expansion pack for Rimworld, and as well as the guy that we got with the spells and psychic stuff. The tributors I really just ignore most of the time. They really don't do much. They don't threaten you. They just go around twice a year asking for free stuff so that you can be happier with them. And I usually never have that much gold to sell. Prisoners is not a bad idea to give to them, if you have any. But we don't even have a prison set up. We're expanding for an extra room, but maybe we need a prison as well. We do have to get ready for some raids in the nearby future, because we will get attacked. And we gotta do something about it. The tributaries are here, and interestingly enough, they've got SMGs, so it's a good thing that they're on our side. It's likely seeing that the Empire still has all the weapons that they get. So it's good to have these guys sitting around in case we get raided in the nearby future whilst these guys are still here. They will protect us, kind of. They'll defend themselves, which technically defends us. Okay, hypothermia is starting to set in, so I've got green getting a bit of fire going, which we will need to put him on the fire. So let's get rid of that hypothermia, man. 35%. Quickly get that down to normal. Yeah, it's gonna get worse from here when it comes to winter. Gotta keep our guys going. Gotta survive this winter, get clothes, and we'll be alright. But campfires will do it for us. We've got a really good amount of wood coming in. Seeing as we have a good amount of trees in this area. But we'll be alright. So, Velo has successfully made, it says he's holding it, 10 honey preserved meat. Which is technically cooked meat. Which means we have food that will last the winter. I mean, last the summer. So we have to make sure we don't have that on the eating list. And I'll organize that and make sure we don't have to worry about it, so we can just eat through our current supply of meals and all the beetroots that we've been making recently, and then delve into what we need to later. There we are. So there's some 10 meals of beets that we just recently harvested. I'm confused as to why we haven't harvested that one, so we'll quickly harvest that one as well. But yeah, food will be good now. And it's pretty crazy that it spoils in 13 years. I mean, it's only 1 degree outside, but my goodness, 13 years. Beets spoil in 5 years, so that means it's got at least 2.5 times the spoil rate in terms of its preserves. That's really awesome, and I love it. This is our complete goal to surviving without a fridge. Honey all the way. Croyo's room is complete, and with that, every colonist has their own bedroom, and they will not have to worry about sleeping in the cold. Or the heat, because we now make Kroyo's old room the anti-hypothermia room. Which now, I think, because of our situation, we can uninstall all these teepees. We have upgraded from tribals to tribals living in houses, instead of just tribals living in tents. And this marks our ability to now sell these teepees. There's no other use for them for us at the moment, so hopefully that brings in a little bit of silver for us. The mess hall is gonna be roughly this size to start us off, and it's almost complete. And practically the dining room is complete with a beautiful beeswax table. We don't have much beeswax for anything else at the moment, but as we get through the hives, we should get some more beeswax to build other things. Some good stools, can't complain. There's an excellent stool, nicely done. Ennis, you're doing great. We moved the well inside, and we are considering grabbing ourselves a granite or marble or slate or some sort of campstone fire. It allows us to produce a little bit less heat but more light, and it burns out slower than a standard campfire. So even in winter, it'll still keep us warm-ish but not overheat us. So I really want to make one for here, but we don't have stone cuttings, so that's a long-term goal. So we might as well just build a torch, and that'll suffice us for the moment. Also, the doormats are doing amazing jobs by keeping our areas clean. Collects all the dirt from the outside so it doesn't make our indoors dirty. Less work for our colonists. So reminding myself to make doormats is very helpful, so I'm deciding to put one here and here, mainly at all the entrances. One to the kitchen actually would be really smart too. Why did I not think of that? But the problem with it is... yeah, how do we do it here? Because I don't want to do like 3 doormats, because that ruins the growing space. Maybe we just ignore that back door and just not have anybody go through it, because it's too much effort having 2 doors to the kitchen. They're very close to each other. Yeah. We'll eventually get rid of that door and just put it with a wall. That'll be fine. Visitors have arrived, and this is our usual. Sad to see them go, but that's still on the back burner. One thing I didn't even think of is we don't even have to get stone cutting. There are ruins around here which we can get a ton of resources from. And Ennis just deconstructed a marble large steel, which unfortunately we can't actually pick it up and put it in our base. So it's really sad we can't keep it. But we can turn it into marble blocks. And we got 94 from one of them, which easily allows us to make a marble stone campfire for the kitchen. Not the kitchen, the dining area. Which we can put right... yeah, I guess they can walk over other things to get to the water. And then we don't need this anymore, and we can take the urn from... yeah, we were looking up here as well, but that was all steel, all bone. So undoing... oh, there's granite up there as well, I didn't even see that. There's so much stuff on the map. So yeah, definitely taking advantage of all that. And Ennis will choose to eat some food out in the wild. And then Marble will go back. So whenever he has time, he'll take care of all this. And we have a quest. Tomboy's Old Stash. It's a 1-star quest, so it's not going to be too difficult. Some loot at the ruins. Number of threats. Interesting. 16 days, so we still have time for both of these quests. They are running a bit low on time. But, whatchamacallit, they have... we have to get our research done, which we are very close to getting done, to create heavy crossbows in order to be a bit more effective when raiding these sorts of locations. So, once that's ready, Green and Crocodile are working so hard to try and get our crappy tribal research speed up to scratch. And yeah, once we get there, we'll build our... I'm trying to expand the storage as well. Maybe expand the research to incorporate some production buildings in order to craft what we need to craft. But we'll get there. And then we'll be able to fight off some nice locations, get some good loot, and protect our colony. Oh dear, I just noticed something. The hive is not producing combs, which we knew that. It needs 0 to 30 degrees, which is really nice to know that it tells us there. So during the day we get to above 0. We're going to get a comb very soon. But I just noticed this other hive stopped due to missing bees. We had bees in here. But what you know now is the yellow bees, the temperate ones, survive the winter, whereas the red bees do not. That is an interesting find, and we have to make sure we don't put red bees in here anymore. And only go for the yellow bees. That's really unfortunate that they die off. But it's good to know now. So we need to make sure we gather up all the yellow ones. We can gather up the red ones for their free honey and combs, but the yellow ones are what we're going to make the production out of. Well, Velo has contracted a bit of hypothermia, and it seems as though this fire wasn't good enough to heat the entire 3 rooms. So I've had to reinstate the door. Green's tending to Velo's 2 frostbitten toes. And he's at 41% hypothermia. So what we're going to have to do is create a new sleeping spot in this room as a medical. And once Velo is treated for his frostbite, we'll move him into the heated room. There we go. And he should be fine. Let's delete that. And Velo, look after yourself, buddy. Everyone's trying to take care of their hypothermia. Well, Velo is fully healed, and our marble stone campfire is up and running. Yeah, so having this new marble stone campfire is a very good addition to our heat problems. It's going to keep our living area in a decent temperature, nothing too fancy. We'll still have this one over here as a temporary fix for the time being. We really don't have to worry about the rooms so much because the beds pretty much fix all the problems. None of the colonists are complaining about sleeping in the cold. Fudge, I can't click properly. Yeah, so they're not upset about sleeping in the cold, they're just upset about the cold. So getting their clothes would be the most important thing instead of getting them fireplaces in their rooms. Plus I have plans to put sculptures and bed ends and dressers and stuff in their very compact rooms, which will all fit. But that's for later when we get more research done. We're very close to finishing heavy crossbow. So we'll get that done. We'll also have the lovely prospects of more beehives. That's really good for us. But we do need to start getting smithy set up, and we'll expand our space here. Probably about there to there. And we'll get Ennis on that when he's ready. And put in some smithies to get ready to craft a bunch of stuff. Mainly the bows, the great crossbows. Which will set us up for next episode to be able to defend ourselves and maybe even go on some of those quests. Oh dear. That's gonna be pretty rough. We're suffering from the cold and a blizzard comes in. You can already see the giant lake that we have behind our house, behind our base basically, is almost completely frozen over with only some deep water not frozen just yet. With the blizzard coming in, yeah, even this giant lake will freeze over for sure. There's some marsh in there too. And the temperature will plummet. So I'm very glad that we got our stone campfires up and running. And this campfire will definitely come in handy as well, which we actually... I mean, it's 6 degrees. Yeah, we should open the door for that one. There we go. Just want to appreciate the amazing graphics of the blizzard coming in, the woolly mammoths wandering around. It's very picturesque, and I love the winter in this game. And with that, our heavy crossbows are complete. The research of them, at least. Projectile unstoppable by most man-made armors. So that is what we're going for. And our next research... Oh, yeah. 100%. You know where this is going. We need our clothes. Above clothes, we might need armor in terms of plate armor. But to survive the temperatures, other than just people fighting us, we need that desperately. With the production, we will get ourselves a fueled smithy. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit properly the way we want, so we'll put it here, and we'll fix up the walls. The fueled smelter breaks slag chunks down, so it doesn't help us in the way we want. Now, with the fueled smithy, I don't think it allows us to make the crossbows. I think the crafting spot will. So we'll have to put it like that. And see how we go from there. And it'll be all up and running. Well, this is also very unfortunate. Velo is upset because he got rebuffed by Green. I honestly didn't know Green was a female. So Velo tried to woo Green, got upset, had disturbed sleep. Very confused as to what would disturb your sleep. Your toilet is linked, so no one would come into your bathroom. Maybe one of the pets came in for warmth? Because nobody else goes into other people's rooms for no apparent reason. That's not how that works. And you're upset by the cold, you don't like the environment. The party still lasts for another 5.7 days, which is nice. Oh, slept on the ground. Oh, that's why your sleep is disturbed. Because you were taking care of your hypothermia and you're upset by everybody around you. That's unfortunate. Well, your sleep's going to be perfectly fine next time when you go to your normal bed. And you're carrying off all those amazing honey preserved meats. We have 150 preserved meat, which is amazing. And seeing as we're running a little low on the honey, I've ordered us to start making a few more meat meals. Because we are struggling a little bit on the food side. Everyone is really, really struggling at the moment. What the heck are you doing, Croyo? You gotta get back, quickly. Oh my goodness. Numbing cold, tired. Minor hypothermia, which is gonna be pretty bad soon. Everyone's struggling. This is so bad. Sad Wonder by Velo. That's not good. We had you sitting in the warmth. Ravenously hungry. Oh dear. Oh, everything's falling apart. Please calm him down. Oh no, if he wanders out in the cold... Oh, no good can come from any of all this. And Crocodile failed to calm down Velo. Oh boy. This is gonna be rough. But at least Velo's staying inside in the warmth. No, Velo! You're eating the honey! Oh, what a waste. You could have just gone and ate meat. Oh, it's fine. We're gonna get more honey anyways. Well, this is unfortunate. A mare has gone mad. Not the worst thing in the world, but not the best thing to have happen. That means one less horse that we can try and tame. Interesting. An mega sloth named Bullface as an animal transport pod crash. And it will die in 8 hours. That's a very good chance of it dying. It's a wild creature as well, so I think we might just take it for food. Yeah, that's probably the best choice. They don't do so well. They're great at training and they're great at everything. But the chances of us training it at a minimum handling skill of 10? Yeah, that's not happening. So we're going to have to get ourselves some free food. Nice. And with that, Velo is no longer wandering in sadness. It's good to see that the blizzard hasn't killed anyone yet. Croyo really suffered a bit of frostbite and is rather unhappy at the moment. Hopefully he can fix up his recreation soon. Velo eating soon and eventually going to lose 0.6 hours, 0.5 hours till he loses those negatives. He's got his catharsis. He'll survive well for 3 days. Crocodile's filling in for them as the cook. And Ennis is looking after himself. I don't want them traveling too far out in the open. We have forbade them to leave because of that crazy mare. Who is still... No, he isn't. Huh. Pregnant, very nice. But not upset. So I think we'll keep the gate closed, forbidding them to leave, just so no one gets caught out in the blizzard again. But yeah. Surviving the early winter because of the crazy blizzard. Basically all the beehives are in storage from the map. We might have missed one or two, but this is practically it. And yeah, I think we're managing the problems well. And the colony is looking like it's going to survive. And next episode, yes, definitely we will get these smithies up and running. Unfortunately, because of all the upsetness, the blizzard and everything, it's been on a bit of a hold. But we'll get there and produce some nice heavy crossbows. And yeah, get some good old defensives going. Anyways, thanks for watching. And I hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you in the next one when we get our crossbows. See yas.